Hey everybody, it's Mike Bishop here with Summerland Camps. We are the first and currently only summer camp in the United States with multiple locations that focuses on screen-based activities. So if your child is overusing the internet, they're addicted to video games, they're misusing social media, if they've got a problem with screens and you want to change those behaviors before they go to college, before they leave the house for independent living, we are the solution. For us, this is not an afterthought. This is all we do. We're not a mental health program that treats kids with conduct disorder or psychosis or things like that. We simply help bright young campers that are college bound, they're have plans for their lives, and they've gotten into some bad habits, and we've got to change those habits because we as parents we have to prepare our child for independent living to the best of our ability. It's our responsibility as parents, and so that's why we created Summerland Camps. We change screen-based behaviors. We're going to start this presentation, which by the way is on our aftercare program. We're only going to talk about the aftercare program here with this cartoon. And so we see in this cartoon, there's a salesman here at some kind of electronics store, and the guy asks, I'd like to see one of those units you set by your TV to help kids from viewing offensive and violent programming. Of course, the salesman shows him a mirror. Now, that obviously is an oversimplification of the problem. As parents, we can't be there all the time. So what we have to do is we have to build intrinsic motivation in our children so that they recognize, hey, if I want to reach these higher level goals, I want to be a doctor, I want to be a lawyer, I want to be an engineer, whatever the case may be. I can't go on playing hours and hours and hours worth of these smartphone games, these Xbox games, and also achieve my goals. So why do we do an aftercare program at Summerland Camps? Well, at Summerland Camps, we are based on peer-reviewed, university-based research. Everything we do, we can point to a study to say, this is why we do it. Here's the data, and this is why we do this activity, or we take this approach, okay? And so we know that aftercare produces 1.3 to 3.2 times greater outcomes. I'm quoting a study here that was done at Massachusetts General Hospital, Harvard Medical School, and the Betty Ford Foundation looking at addiction-related programs. So what can make an aftercare program even more effective is if you continue a relationship that you built at the program back home. So I'm not talking about having a separate compartmentalized program here, but actually having the child work with somebody they've bonded with back home, having them check in with them. And so here's how that looks. Of course, at camp, obviously, they're going to get a technology detox, they're going to get individual therapy, they're going to get group therapy. We're going to develop insight, and we're going to do this in a way an outpatient therapist can't do. Okay, so typically in outpatient therapy, this is what it looks like for a teen that is overusing video games. Okay, so all right, your grades are low. Let's talk about that. Well, it's the teacher's fault. Well, your mom's complaining about this. Well, that's my mom's fault. Okay, so there's a distorted version of reality here. At Summerlin, we can leave all that behind temporarily, and we can just focus on the here and now, because the child's going to bring the same attitude, those same coping mechanisms into our format, and we can intervene in real time. We can say, time out. Wait a second. You're doing that thing again. You're blaming somebody else. Whatever it is the child's doing, and we can identify that as a coping mechanism. We can say, okay, that is one way to cope with this. Why don't we try something else? Okay, so your child will actually leave with some muscle memory of being frustrated, of being angry, of being anxious, of having some social conflict, but resolving it in a positive way. It's hard to put a value on that because that's something you just can't do in outpatient individual therapy. Okay, we're creating authentic interactions here. We have amazing adventure activities, not only adventure sports, but also hobbies. We're talking about future goals. We're really trying to get that change to bubble up from within. This is not a punitive program. It's the exact opposite. This is a program where kids have a blast and they get excited about their future. That's how we create change at Summerland camps. Of course, we're also doing a parent workshop where we're educating the parents on it. And in a later presentation, I'm going to talk to you guys about, when I say you guys, I mean the parents, about how you can best support your child through a behavioral contract. But we're going to get into that in a different video. So the aftercare program is 90 days of intensive aftercare. That's where the counselor is going to check in with the child weekly to make sure, hey, are you still doing your behavior planning journal? Are you still tracking your screen time? Are you still doing your 10,000 steps a day? Are you still planning out your day? Okay, let's check out that behavior planning journal. Can we see it? Okay, so we can do these check-ins through Skype. We can do them through Google Hangouts. We can do them through, FaceTime on Facebook. However your child prefers to do it. We're also going to check in with the parents monthly, and your child's going to get access to Game Quitters, which is the largest online support community. And we're going to have a special section for Summerland camps that your child logs into, where they're going to keep in contact with their peers, the friends they made at camp, and continue that support as they go home. So that will be for 1 year as a step down. So 90 days intensive aftercare where staff checks in, and then 1 year online support where they can access friends that they made at camp. And of course, we're always available for email support as well. So here's a little bit more information on Game Quitters. You're free to check them out as well. We really believe in having a community-based system where the child can access friends and really make this part of their identity. This is who I am now when they leave. We also encourage parents, when your child leaves camp, did you sit them down and have that conversation? This is a major fork in the road, and it's decision time. Are you committed to this? How can we best support you? Okay, I'm starting to get into the behavioral contract portion of what I want to talk about. So we're going to do that in a later presentation, but I encourage you to watch that one as well. So if you have any further questions about our aftercare program or how that works, please give me a call. Go to our website, check out the parent, resources section. We have a lot of parent tips there. Feel free to give me a call if you need any guidance. Fill out a contact form, submit your email address, and I'd be happy to talk to you. Okay, take care.